You know, she wanna ride in my V8, Hellcats, track house, OA, V8s, Hellcats, track house, OA, V8s, Hellcats, track house, OA, track house, OA.
I gotta get up and give me a water, so when we watch the intro, I'm gonna go get a water real quick.
After a sellout European tour, the World Wrestling Federation's top stars and management boarded a private 757 jet in London to return home.
Every seat on the plane was a first-class seat. It cost us a lot of money, but it made it more convenient for the talent to travel.
What was supposed to be a triumphant flight in decadence descended into a nightmare at 30,000 feet.
The party starts when you get on them flights and you just start drinking. But that night, it was too much.
When you have an open bar and you're sitting there for 7 hours, of course these things are gonna happen.
Had to get water from the fridge.
Naked men with robes, guys passing out, drinking, busting each other open, cutting ponytails off.
It don't take that long to get a water, but I had to pour my water because I had to get it from the fridge.
Like, I just knew, okay, the boys are being boys, and I'm not going back there at all.
Ooh, this quality
I
good.
remember thinking, like, is somebody gonna say that this has gone too far?
The talent was just crazy. I mean, they were great guys, don't get me wrong.
They act like asses. Children.
The mid-air collision between intoxicated wrestlers and a flight crew determined to prevent an all-out disaster would erupt into one of wrestling's most infamous scandals.
Niggas is absolutely crazy if you on a plane moving around and doing all that bullshit. I know this plane's there. It's one of the greatest inventions ever. And me doing certain motions ain't gonna fuck it up, but I ain't gonna test it. I wouldn't be on the plane fighting nobody, bitch. I think you gonna tip this bitch over. Hey, nigga, fuck that. The plane, being on the plane is one of the most vulnerable things you could ever do, bro. As soon as you get in the air, you're done. You at the mercy of, will they land this bitch on time? I'm not finna be on this bitch playing.
I think people have no idea what really goes on sometimes, especially back then in pro wrestling. And this is just like a capsule of what pro wrestling was like in that era.
It was just a normal occurrence for a crazy bunch of wrestlers on a plane. Seems like a crazy story to probably everyone who is watching this outside of professional wrestlers.
Well, so it's on
about
Prime.
Plane ride from hell again in my life. I would be very happy.
The deal is finalized with WCW. However, the contract reads Shane McMahon.
By the early 2000s, the WWF is riding a wave of unprecedented success with a roster of breakout stars and sellout crowds across the world.
Business was going really well for the WWE. Selling tickets, pay-per-view buy rates. Everybody was making money.
The crowds were there every night. You're selling houses everywhere you go. Europe, in the States, Canada,
Tommy Wild.
everything. I mean, our
Okay,
show
so
was cool.
I mean, I don't know nothing about the plane ride from hell. We finna get ready to find out. I keep saying it. Y'all say Tommy Dreamer did something, so we gonna find out. The only thing that I do know, I know Tommy Dreamer is fucking crazy. He did decide to try to come to a WWE show and shoot somebody. And I forgot what made him change his mind. That nigga's fucking crazy.
During this surge in popularity, CEO Vince McMahon acquires his competitors WCW and
Tommy
ECW,
Arenas.
consolidating the industry's biggest players
Himself?
into
The fuck?
an undisputed monopoly of the wrestling world.
I, Vince McMahon, bought my competition.
The bubble had burst in wrestling. There was literally the WWE, nothing else. If you want to make a full-time living in professional wrestling, it was the only place to be. My name is Tommy Dreamer, and I'm known as the innovator of violence. It was a much different time.
Insane.
There was holdovers from ECW and WCW, and we're all just trying to find our way in the WWE.
You gotta wonder how long he'd been planning this ECW assault on the WWF.
I'm Jim Ross, and I was the Vice President of Talent Relations. My job, in a nutshell, was the overall management of the talents that appeared on television.
The WWF's roster exploded in size and stature by securing talent from their former rivals, while also welcoming back returning legends.
There's the Nature Boy!
We're partners.
Flair and McMahon are partners! Yeah!
Ric Flair's a legend. So many of our younger guys grew up watching him, idolizing him, and trying to.
I don't know young Ric Flair. I only know old Ric Flair be falling in the ring.
So yeah, having Rick in the locker room was a positive thing. I love my job. I love helping build that talent roster. Because I think that having those talents was a great reason, perhaps we could say the only reason, that the business went crazy and blew up. Everything was getting better. Millions upon millions of dollars. Thanks to the men and the women that came to work for us on that team. As the
This
momentum
is a great
in the
era,
States
bro. That locker room
grew,
was insane.
so did the momentum in the UK grow.
In May 2002, the company travels to Europe for a 4-day tour, concluding with a sold-out pay-per-view event in
I'm not
London.
going back to no
Probably
Goldust.
one
I've
of the
seen his
best
ass.
crowds when we go overseas, so we're always amped up. We're always looking forward to it. And to be honest, the pay's pretty good when we go overseas because the crowds are so big. So yeah, I'd say the morale was high, and we were stoked to have some good times. My name is PJ Polacco, and you may know me as the hardcore icon, Just Incredible.
I don't know, bro.
Some of the big names on that trip were certainly Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker was on the flight, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Brock Lesnar was on the flight, Ric Flair was on the flight, and many others, so it was stacked.
It's a long flight, and we thought that by chartering a customized jet, that we were being as talent friendly as we could. Unfortunately, it didn't work out well.
So trying to do something good for the talent,
My name
they
is
fucked
Heidi
it up.
Doyle, and in 2002, I was a flight attendant on the European charter for the WWE. I worked for a company called SportsJet. It was a private airline that flew many of the different sports teams out of the Phoenix area, the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Coyotes. We also flew the Utah Jazz and the Mariners.
They stole them Coyotes,
A normal
man.
commercial Boeing 757 would have
They put them in
109
Utah
seats,
sick.
and our flight had 50 leather seats and bigger carpet than I've ever had in my own house. There's couches and lounge areas. It's just not a very bad way to travel. It costs a lot to do it privately, but you also get many benefits. You get to order your own food, you know where you're gonna eat, you know you're all gonna be comfortable. You know that you don't have to deal with anybody of the general public on the airplane. You're just amongst the group that's your people.
It's just nice to know that we're not going to offend anyone. Like sometimes when the boys are on flights and they're a bit obnoxious, it's kind of like you go like, oh gosh, are we gonna, sorry. Hi, I'm Terry Reynolds, and I was a passenger on the plane ride from hell.
Goldust along with a woman carrying a cigar.
I remember sitting in the first class section. I think Jim Ross was up there, Linda, and Vince.
The front had a lounge area, so it was kind of like your first class of the first class, I guess, of the airplanes. And generally the coaches and the managers sat up there. And in this case, Vince McMahon and his wife, they were up there, and then the wrestlers were in the back. So I was in the back with the majority of the wrestlers. My responsibility in the very back was getting them the drinks, getting the meals out to them. They were hungry. They wanted to try all the different meals that were on the airplane. Ric Flair had talked to all of us a lot. He was very chatty, and he was kind of like the captain of the team, I would say. He had that kind of feel, and he was very, very nice and personable to us. He was a little flirty, I think.
Not surprised?
99% of the time we had men. That's who we were working with. You just had to be aware of getting too comfortable, I think, because that can always just create a situation that different people can have different thoughts of the level of comfortableness. But on the flight to Europe, there's no problems.
After an uneventful 8-hour flight across the Atlantic, the charter arrives at its first stop on the tour, Cologne, Germany.
My name is Rob Van Dam, WWE Hall of Famer, and the whole damn show. It's cool to see how
Am I hating to say that ring weak as hell?
Cultures, you know, in other countries.
RVD, man, it almost down.
They had some diehard fans, let me tell you what. The Germans were very into the WWE, and it was very, it was an intense
Nigga, you weak. That
experience,
ring weak.
Our flight attendants, they were with us almost every day. Some came to the shows, some were partying at the hotels.
It is weak.
With the wrestlers at the bars.
In the 80s and 90s, these flight attendants, they kind of would party with you, hang out with you in the back, drink with you. Hello, I'm Michael Chioda.
Give me the
work
fuck
for the
out
World
there.
Wrestling.
I knew that
Entertainment for
motherfucker
35
looked familiar. Obviously, I know he involved in wrestling. I'm like, bro, who the fuck is this nigga? He looks so familiar. Got the fucking ref talk.
years.
WWF referee Mike Chioda.
Yeah, he used to go out, meet up with some flight attendants down at the bar. They might be staying at the same hotel, or you'd go to their hotel in 5-minute cab ride.
We went downstairs and had drinks when the wrestlers came back from the first match in Germany. We chatted a little bit with them that first night. It was my first trip back to work after having a baby, and I was so enjoying my time resting in my room and getting to order room service and not have to wake up at all hours of the night that I only went to the one match in Germany.
You literally will wrestle in Germany, and the next day you wake up, you're in Scotland. You wake up the next day, you're in London.
By the time we got to London, usually everybody's really stoked. I remember it being a Saturday night because that's when the pay-per-view aired traditionally over there.
And it was WWE's pay-per-view Insurrection.
The city of London is on fire. This is Insurrection.
It was a packed house. The European crowds love us.
All the tickets for this event sold out in 21 minutes.
I remember the show being solid. The talent seemed to be happy with their performances. And they were even more happy to get back on the plane and go home.
Oh, well, I'd been away from my daughter for the first time, and I was more than excited to go see her again.
Oh, man.
The excitement to return home is quickly deflated as the passengers are delivered troubling news.
Everyone took their seats, and we taxied out onto the tarmac, and we got advised that we were on a weather hold from Connecticut. When we were told it was a weather delay, I bet we probably all thought maybe 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour tops.
Well, we were delayed for 7 hours before.
Oh, I can understand how some fuck shit can happen on this flight. Oh my God, there's a nigga that was just on that flight. That's garbage. Being on that fucking plane.
The plane takes off.
So we sat on the tarmac for a little while. Commercial airlines, you would all be familiar with the small little mini bottles that you serve. We had just normal bottles. And the liquor cart ran out of alcohol. And another liquor cart was ordered.
Why would they order another one?
And that was also drank.
Why the fuck would they give them that much liquor?
And then a third one was ordered.
And how common is it to like...
I'm over here thinking, man, Delta really taking care of us. They giving us all kind of snacks. Nigga, they gave us some pretzels. Then, 2 hours later, they came up with the Biscoff cookies. Then they came with the drinks. They kept offering us coffee. Like, bitch, maybe I want to sleep. I don't fucking know. They giving these niggas liquor. And then they ordered another quart of liquor. Like,
I've never ever done it ever before and never again. Never, and we went through 3.
3 carts?
Imagine your varsity football team. They just
and
won a
some of these
game,
niggas on roids.
except they can't get out of the parking lot. And there's cases and cases of beer. That's what it's like. A bunch of high school guys.
To say it's high school is really like giving it too much. It's more like 5th grade.
Even though it was their plane in a sense, we served the drinks still. But that became not the case. They started to serve themselves the drinks and they didn't want our help.
Oh no.
I was very concerned about the carts being replenished on the ground.
If they were to try to cut us off, we would have gotten to that booze. Somebody would have. Flair probably could have thrown a couple $1,000s at him and said, "Here, take this. We're gonna get that liquor." We would have got the liquor.
No way they fucked up like this.
I think the relief that they're finally going home was cause for celebration. And they only got a small window now.
What the fuck is that, Michael
to
Buffer?
let their hair down and become stupid. And that's what a lot of them chose to do.
After spending several grueling hours grounded on the tarmac and indulging in an unlimited supply of alcohol, the passengers aboard WWF...
Another.
Why the fuck?
Another.
Why would, and this nigga on the plane, you gonna give him another one?
Another.
Fucking idiots, yo.
Private charter are relieved as the jet is finally cleared for takeoff.
I don't remember how long we'd been up in the air before. It was very, very evident that we had a lot of drunk people.
Oh, shoot, the boys can get drunk in 1 hour. When you're doing GHB or pills or anything like that, Percocets or Vicodins and stuff that were around, you could do a lot of damage, period, in 1 hour.
But it was always booze and pills in the WWE because we had doctor's prescriptions, and as long as you had a doctor's prescription, it was okay. Of course it wasn't because, you know, we'd have doctors write us whatever we wanted.
Halcyons, GHB, Placidil. No, the Placidils I think were in the early 90s. But I know there was some GHB and Halcyons on the flight. Halcyons were some things that we took sometimes just to go to sleep for a long period of time.
Halcyon?
And sometimes you use them for a rib, too.
Way back in the day, it used to be called H-bombing, and it was halcyons. And I've seen so many guys dropping these H-bombs in the drinks in order to get the mark to pass out. They shave his head, they, you know, whatever they do. Girls, local girls, you know, were put out so the boys could have their way with them.
Oh, these niggas are sick bastards.
While they're out. I mean, this was... it was kind of normal in some of the places that I've been.
You never leave your drink exposed.
Gross.
Because the boys think seeing somebody froth at the mouth and slur their speech, they can't stand up, manage their own faculties, is funny. The story was out that Michael got H-bombed.
What was his role at that point?
Michael who, Cole?
Well, he's worked at Creative at that point in time. I don't know if he was officially an agent, a coach, a producer. They've gone through several names. They all do the same thing.
Oh, Michael Hayes.
Halcyon in his body. And I don't know what else could have been in there. He was not himself. And he made bad decisions.
Bradshaw had gotten split open the night of the pay-per-view.
Oh, yes! He is busted open!
As Bradshaw is sleeping, Michael Hayes just knocked him in his head and reopened the wound.
What the fuck?
So now JBL is bleeding all over his shirt. So JBL slapped him and knocked him out.
He knocked out Michael Hayes.
Holy shit. You gonna slap a member of the APA? Are you fucking crazy? I know his characters, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm not slapping either one of them niggas. Are you not?
Then I hear like chanting for X-Pac.
X-Pac was one of the sweetest guys in the world. He really is. Jay Strongbow used to call him the trailer hitch because he's always following the big load of Hall and Nash.
I want to know to get my hands on Austin.
But he wanted to be accepted so badly and perceived as a main event guy.
Michael Hayes had been burying me in the booking meetings. And he's got that ponytail, that mullet. So as he's out cold, I grabbed that tail and I lifted up like the nice one.
Oh my God!
I remember the big pop. And it was like him
what
holding
the
up the title,
fuck?
but he had the ponytail.
Back in the day, you were not allowed to sleep on those flights. You would end up with a shaved eyebrow. You always had to have one eye open, so to speak, when you're on a plane full of the boys.
I had my hat on, my sunglasses, even though it was nighttime. You had to wear all that stuff because you didn't know who was coming by with shaving cream. If somebody went to lift your shades up,
that ain't no good for me. Shit. On a plane, I ain't gonna lie, bro. At first, I was one of the people, man, I can't sleep on a plane. I can't sleep. Unfortunately, I have a habit of not packing before the flight. And that means I don't sleep before a lot of my flights. So, nigga, I'm on the plane. I can have some sunglasses on, nigga. I'm in a bit. Boy, hell nah, they would have got me, bro. Ugly as shit. I'm sorry, bro. Yo, neck fucked up, bro.
The roster is especially on guard for any potential hijinks, finding themselves in the presence of one of the industry's most legendary pranksters.
What else would you expect from Mr. Perfect?
Kurt, boy, he knows how to rib. He was one of the best ribbers in the business.
Ribs started happening once Kurt came back into the company. Kurt would always play with Brock.
Brock was sitting in his chair, and Kurt Hennig put shaving cream on his head.
Oh.
He went splat and splatted on his head. Next thing I know, Brock is chasing Kurt like a full sprint, you know, like wham.
Yo, Ling Vaughn. Hey, my nigga, you tweaking and we're trying to watch wrestling. Thank you for the gifted subs. I'm going to kindly ask you the same way I ask everybody else. Please, the deadliest. Ugh. I stop that childish shit, bro. Yo, run it back, bro.
He went splat.
What is this, Shibba?
Cherry production.
And splatted on his head. Next thing I know, Brock is chasing Kurt like a full sprint, you know, like wham, wham. Brock went right behind him.
And then Brock just swoops him up. So now you have Brock Lesnar, who's 6'4", and he's picking up Kurt Hennig, who's about 6'4".
They went into one row, like a bunch of the guys had to move.
So they would go from one side of the fuselage and then into the other, and the overhead bins got broken, and tables got broken, and armrests got broken off.
Things started to break, yeah, because they're just so big. Like, I do remember one of the seats, like the middle of the seat came completely off.
And as a safety professional, there's not a damn thing I can do to stop these two men. Like, there's not a damn thing I can do to get them to hear my voice. One of the wrestlers had commandeered our PA, so in the middle of the fight going on, we have someone yelling into the airplane, "We're gonna die, we're all gonna die." So here comes one of the pilots to the back of the airplane, trying to get these two men to stop slamming each other against the fuselage. And they wouldn't even listen to him.
One of our illustrious agents said, "You need to come back here." So I go back there, and they're play fighting. It's just they're play fighting in the emergency exit room.
In the
Brock
emergency
picks
exit
Kurt
row?
up, and then they hit the emergency door.
What the fuck?
This was a big boom. Everyone jumped up, and we're like, stop, stop.
It was their own teammates that finally got it to stop because they were scared.
I'm not a mechanical engineer. I don't know what all it takes to pop that security door, but I didn't want to find out at 30,000 feet above the air.
Fuck
You have all these people. Could you imagine what happens if that door opened? If you think about it, it's physically impossible to open that door.
They would have no idea of knowing the door couldn't pop out.
Oh,
They
shit,
were
I
throwing
ain't
each other
know. I
against
don't
the
wanna play.
fuselage. And if that fuselage breaks, the airplane could depressurize it. Now you're doing an emergency landing. And where are you going to land if you're over the Atlantic? The weight and the size that they are of wrestlers, I mean, they could go through a wall in a house. Why couldn't they go through a wall in an airplane?
Because just the banging, you know, was, so, you know, Brock is so big.
He was just a thick, solid, big bear is right, man. He was a solid boy, young. He was getting a big push.
Brock Lesnar is an animal.
Brock was very new to the business, and he exposed himself to me at the Insurrection pay-per-view like a real dick. I remember that night
you mean he
I
did
was
that?
doing interviews.
And Jackie in a tag team match.
I was backstage, and I hear my name called, and Brock was in this room. Dustin was in the room, my ex-husband at the time.
What?
And Brock did the whole thing.
Oh, nah, he think you a bitch. Hey, first, let's break this down different levels. It ain't nothing funny about a girl you around say, "Hey, come here." That's not funny. You're a fucking pervert. That's not a joke, nigga. You're a pervert. Second of all, you doing it in front of her husband? You think he a bitch. And I'm not gonna lie, I gotta break your motherfucking face. Even if I don't think I can whoop you with my hands, I gotta pick something up to beat the fuck out you. For you to do that in front of my wife, are you fucking nuts or an ex-husband? Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be attached at a different level. Don't do that in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to see you around your little new nigga around like that in front. How long we ain't been talking? Y'all wouldn't even been around me for real. Man, I ain't gonna let y'all come around me. Man, move around with all that weird shit. But I do, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. Oh, some real nigga shit though. Run it back.
And Brock was in this room. Dustin was in the room, my ex-husband at the time. And Brock did the whole thing. I no-sold it, went to my dressing room. Dustin came in, he's like, don't sell it. I'm like, I'm not selling it. I didn't sell it, I'm not gonna. In other words, let it lie, leave it alone.
Get dubbed the hell out. Did you edit my face on dub? Yeah, fuck it. I'm timing this nigga out, gang. What the fuck is this nigga? Hey, where is this Trey? Where's the messenger? Like, you know, messenger thing? Where is this nigga at, dog? You're done.
I had complaints about Brock Lesnar's behavior on the plane. But I don't recall any advances or reported advances.
That nigga weird.
From Brock to Terry Reynolds. Could it have happened? Of course it could have happened.
He weird as shit.
It could have happened. I did my job to the best of my ability to look out for the talent. I can't follow everybody around to see if they're acting like an adult. That should not be my job. It really shouldn't.
Yo, Wesley. Man, what you keep sending me on Twitter, man? I get on Twitter every day. What you got going on, man?
Up and down, pump it up and down, bounce. Move it all around, bounce. Pump it up and down, bounce, bounce. Tell me, do you like it?
Fuck is this, bro? What the fuck did you edit this? What are you sending me? Why you keep editing me in this shit, Wesley? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is he doing? My nigga, yo, do me a favor, bro. Just stop, bro. Okay, just stop. Why? I know that ain't been 600 seconds.
I need a hold down. I need a hold down. I need a movie. I need a movie.
When I find out who timing this nigga out, who untiming him, you're getting his time. You're getting this.
After the terrifying brawl at 30,000 feet, the passengers try to settle in as the WWF roster is due to perform on live television the following day.
We got TVs tomorrow, you know, it's like, let's get some rest now. I'm leaning against the window, you know, sleeping, and all of a sudden I hear this very familiar voice. And Dustin, my ex-husband, starts singing a David Allan Coe song called Pledging My Love.
Man, I don't want to hear no nigga
Forever, my
singing on the
darling,
plane.
my love will be true. Always and forever, I'll love only you. I immediately am like, mortified. Everyone that's just drifted off to sleep is now woken up by, yeah, this man. I was about to get up and go back there and tell him to stop. But Polly was across the aisle, and he looked at me, he's like, don't sell it, don't sell it. So I left it alone.
It seems like whenever somebody does something to you, people say, don't sell it.
Because that's just the smartest way to deal with our business. Just don't sell it.
If that's a good saying, it would have made it a little bit easier.
This nigga
But he
horrible
couldn't carry a
voice.
tune in a bucket.
Fuck the
I
plane
did
up.
not like his behavior. I generally felt for the guy in the sense he was obviously hurting, you know? That pain was real. No, I don't like to see anyone hurting like that. However,
So he was singing trying to get his girl back?
he still should have given me my microphone back.
It got uncomfortable. It got uncomfortable. Like, you know, JR had to
Fuck off
stop
that.
that. You know, he literally went up to Dustin and said,
"Sit your ass down." You know,
What's wrong with you?
Eventually he passed out. That's how we got our PA back. He fell asleep, and I got the microphone from him.
if I was a flight attendant, to be on that flight that night would have been probably one of the worst experiences of my career. Some young ladies just trying to do their job and just trying to get home. You know, I could imagine it being very disheartening for them and scary in some ways, I'm sure.
Hours into the flight, the mid-air chaos shows no signs of slowing down.
There was another situation that occurred with Ric Flair for me that was very uncomfortable.
Sometimes, as a joke, Ric Flair would put on his robe, not wear anything else, and walk that aisle like Ric Flair. Open it up and woo.
That's the big high spot. Everyone wanted to see Rick coming out naked in his robe, and so he did it on the airplane for everybody. And that's what the guys want to see. That's what makes them laugh.
He could move his hips and twirl it, and so his well-endowed penis spins around like a helicopter.
Oh, that's dead ass disgusting. And they was cheering him on because this nigga knew how to make his dick spin. My nigga, what? And then bro got the nerve telling us some he well endowed. Nigga, why is you look? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. There's nothing funny about a grown man being naked around me. Like nothing. Actually, all the jokes stop being funny as soon as a nigga get naked. What's up with niggas?
So that's, hey, he's the nature boy for a reason. He's got a hammer on him.
He's the life of the party.
Hey, D-Rose, yo, Dose, you discuss the gang.
To exit the party and go to your own safe place, or you don't know the rules and you find yourself in deep water. And that may have happened.
Who the fuck gave Santana that big smoke emote?
Galleys where I was
sweet.
kitchen area on an airplane. Ric Flair was naked.
Rewind real quick. Why the fuck did I just see that, bro?
And go to your own. He's the life of the party. And if you know him, you know where to exit the party and go to your own safe place, or
go back further.
Yes.
That's what the guys want to see. That's what makes them laugh.
He could move his hips and twirl it, and so his well-endowed penis spins around like a helicopter. So that's, hey, he's the nature boy for a reason. He's got a hammer on him.
Oh, this nigga wildin'!
And if you know him, you know where to exit the party and go to your own safe place.
Bro, got
or
it.
You don't know the rules.
This nigga just ruined Ric Flair. That's fucking gross.
The galleys were our little kitchen area on an airplane. Ric Flair was naked in a cape only, and then he decided to come back to the galley to get a Coke. And then he wouldn't leave the galley. He had me back against the back door, and I couldn't move. I couldn't get away from him. I couldn't move. He was spinning around his penis, and he wanted me to touch it, and he took my hand and put it on him.
Oh, this nigga's been in jail.
Ric Flair is not going to try to impose by force any sexual stuff onto anybody. He's just flaunting, styling and profiling, doing like the Ric Flair stuff where everybody's going to laugh about it. But obviously someone took offense to it.
I remember him crowding
You defending your
the
favorite
flight
dick,
attendant,
freak ass
like
nigga.
in the aisleway back there by the bathroom where it's like real skinny and you can't fit two people through there and stuff. I remember him like crowding her and you know, trying to make her touch him and stuff.
And he kept me back there for, I don't know how long, but it felt like a really long time. It wasn't short, like it was minutes. And I asked him to please stop, and he wouldn't. I don't remember somebody really helping me except for one, I believe Gold Dust, who had the mic. I do believe he told Ric Flair he should leave me alone eventually. He should leave me alone. And maybe that's why I didn't get as angry about the mic as maybe I should have, you know? I think he did try to help me, and he was the only one.
Shout out Gold Dust. Nigga, out of there.
Let's talk about Scott Hall for a second. What's his state at this point?
Scott's issues have been well documented. He's documented. He had issues with substance abuse.
Oh, that nigga.
We were not doing him any favors
Holy
putting him back
shit.
on the road so he could resume his routines. But we didn't do him justice. But we didn't know how bad it was. And for those that think we should have known, well, we didn't. You don't know until you see it. You interact with it.
We were quite close to landing. And I came to Scott Hall, who had just woken up. I'd offered him breakfast, and he grabbed my shirt and pulled me down, and my shirt buttons got ripped. And he had told me what he was gonna do to me.
Do you remember what he said?
Oh, this lady
He
was
said a
in
number
hell.
of things, but what I do remember is as my shirt ripped, he told me he was gonna lick me.
Oh.
And then he proceeded to try to do that, which, I don't want to say scary because that might sound too dramatic, but it was a moment of great violation, discomfort to have a person.
Okay, now, one thing I don't want to do is you type in man, she lying in caps when you don't know she motherfucking lying. Fuck is you doing? You don't know Scott Hall. He was a fucking drug addict. You don't know that she's fucking lying, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? Stop letting the perception of what you have, or stop letting the version of what you've seen on TV make you think you know that man. Okay, now let's keep it going. And the thing is, also to what my last point, I'm not even here to say that I just absolutely all out flat out believe this woman. But I'm not gonna come out and just say that I don't believe her. What the fuck is you talking? She's lying. All right, keep it going though.
Dramatic, but it was a moment of great violation, discomfort to have a person put their hands on you without you wanting them to do that, and to not let go when you ask them to.
Fucking freak.
And to create a level of fear when you're there to do a job, and you're doing your job, and now you have to be afraid that you're gonna get hurt. It didn't feel to me that he was gonna let go anytime soon. And then he passed out. And I was able to, you know, dislodge him from me.
I think that Kurt H-bombed me because I've been taking pills and drinking for a lot of years at that point, and I was out.
After that happened with Scott Hall, I never left the galley. I didn't serve anyone. And they got angry at me for that. They wanted more food.
Fuck you.
Drinks, and I was done. I didn't come out of the galley again.
Fuck no.
After spending a total of 14 nightmarish hours on the plane, the weary passengers and crew finally touched down on American soil.
When they landed and I heard the door open, yeah, it was a very, very excellent feeling to not be over the Atlantic anymore. It was a long flight. It was a very long flight.
The plane was trashed. blankets, pillows, drinks, cups, food stepped on. Now, normal flight, they're passing by 3 or 4 times with trash bags and this and that. Well, this wasn't a normal flight, so.
Fuck no.
And I think Scott was passed out. I think they were actually worried he was dead, you know? So they were all stressed, like they got a dead person on this flight now. And like, oh boy, don't worry. He'll kick out. You know, it's like, he'll kick out.
He wouldn't wake up. So I'm picking him up, and I had to get him a wheelchair and literally take him through customs myself. I put the sunglasses on him, laid him there, and he's just kind of, you know. I had to get his passport, had to say that he had some kind of condition. And there I am wheeling Razor through, you know, customs. And there's Jim Ross. He had the black hat on and just looking at me with disgust. And I'm like, I'm here, I'm wheeling him. I didn't do anything.
Once we landed, Michael Hayes woke up and his ponytail was missing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
And Michael Hayes was pissed off about it. He was hell-bent to find out who did it. You know who did it, you know who did it, and would have fought the entire plane if he could have.
He was really angry. He was really angry.
And when we landed, we started to pick up the airplane, and there was vomit, and there was blood. There was syringes found in seat back pockets and other places. And I'm going, oh no, we're not cleaning this airplane. We're gonna get off right now. And my superior's saying, no, you need to clean the airplane. And me just walking off the airplane, you know.
That happened on Delta or American or whatever. When we got back to the States, the FBI would have been waiting on us.
They should have been more repercussions for sure. There should have been some, I don't know, they did have repercussions, I learned later, but they were only, I think, because they knew they had to do something, you know, because it didn't look real good for Vince McMahon's organization, I don't think.
For better or for worse, I'm taking ownership. But it was a black eye. Good thing about a black eye, you heal.
They was fucking tweaking on that fucking plane. Bunch of fucking perverts and junkies.
Shortly after landing, Vince McMahon and Jim Ross urgently meet to discuss repercussions for the flight's most egregious acts.
I just couldn't believe everything was getting out of control with Vince on the flight, you know, but it did. It got out of control. I don't know. I don't know what Vince was doing during this whole time. I wonder what.
What the fuck was he doing in the front?
But it was my job to handle. That's why I'm still embarrassed about it this very day. It was my job to handle.
Vince McMahon makes the decisions, but Jim Ross is the one who has to execute them. Jim Ross is the guy who has to fire you as well. Jim Ross is the guy who has to tell you, hey, you're messing up. He's the guy who has to fine you. That's that position.
It wasn't a tough decision on my part to cut some guys from the roster because it's what Vince McMahon told me to do. And the guy that writes the checks has the last say. I was troubled by Kurt's firing. I just thought he had a bad night with the boys.
Damn, fired his
He had a reputation of being kind of a practical joker, and Vince had enough of it.
And you kind of figure maybe, okay, Kirk got fired, but then he's going to come back and circle his way around at some point, which he would have, I'm sure. But he passed away.
Damn.
Not too far after that.
Damn.
And Razor, I think it was just his drug addiction that kind of maybe just his career kind of slipped away there.
We let Scott go within hours after we got back to the States. I was told to cut him.
Fucking drug him fucking out.
And so
Rick Ross, the fuck. Rick Flair has got to go to you tweaking.
You're not ready to get back on the road. And until you're better suited to handle your demons, we need to put you back in your comfort zone, which meant at home, primarily. Dustin Rhodes is one of my favorite people in the world. Mm-hmm. We go back a long way. I don't know if it was just the rebound of his divorce with Terry, what it was, but he was in a tough place. But no excuse. So, you know, he was dipping his snuff and using the seatback cushion as a spit tube.
What the fuck?
I had two options. Find him,
Nasty ass nigga.
get his attention, or fire him, which I thought was extreme.
Firing is crazy,
Did not
though.
need to happen. That was my call. He learned from his mistakes. He was immature. He had substance abuse issues. And sometimes he controlled them and sometimes he didn't. But the bottom line is that we have to stop in our society letting others' transgressions go without punishment.
Mm-hmm.
How does it that Ric Flair evaded any sort of suspension or anything like that?
Good question.
Pure politics and favoritism.
I guess, lack of a better term, he was a made man.
Disgusting.
And he was such a high-level made man that he got a pass.
Unfortunately, the world we live in, there's people that are quote-unquote bigger than the program, and that shit need to stop. I don't subscribe to none of that shit, bro. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if you are a hero for 30 straight years. If you are being inappropriate to women, and bro, we got proof that your motherfucking ass did it. Let's say, you know, you can't just get rid of nobody for no obligations, but some of y'all motherfuckers seen this nigga in the back with that lady so much so that that Dustin Rhodes had to say, my nigga, leave her alone. You gotta go. You're a fucking freak. We literally gotta get you out of here. This is not no accusation. We seen you doing this. You gotta fucking go. You're bugging out.
Was it the right thing to do? I don't know. You're listening to it, folks. You decide. You got to pass.
As the WWF deals with the fallout from the flight, Heidi is forced to consider her next steps.
I remember walking off the airplane on the tarmac, and we went to a hotel that was quite nearby and talking about how horrible, like, and the girls from the front saying they didn't know that it was that, you know, that it was that bad. And then I just went to my hotel room and I took a shower and I cried. I called SportsJet. They said that was unfortunate that that had occurred on the airplane. They preferred that we kept it to ourselves, the story, because we work with professional athletes and things happen on airplanes. And they let us know it was expected that we would respect the privacy of our clients.
I don't give a fuck.
So then you have to figure out how you tell your husband, how was your trip? Well, it wasn't excellent. What do you tell your husband? It can even create situations where they say, well, why did that happen to you? Or what did you do to make them do that to you? And I would say that might be the worst question you could ever ask somebody who's been hurt, because you already feel a sense of, what did I do? Did I smile? Was I too nice to him? Or did I? And made you feel almost like you'd done something wrong when I hadn't. But I know there was another girl on the flight that was very upset about similar things that had occurred to her. She went to a lawyer, and then she contacted me and said I should do that as well.
As you should.
If I filed a lawsuit for every time something like that happened to me, dear God, I would be in court for all my adult life.
My sense of it was that the company wanted to address this matter, take it off our books, do the right thing by those that had complaints.
That's a fact too. So you had a dude in the chat said she was lying, but then they also had another woman that had the same thing happen to her as well. But my thing is, my dog probably was probably trolling. But I'm gonna keep it a whole 100, which there is a certain thing is, bro, we can't troll about. I know we're a childish community. We laugh at everything. But some things just not, bro, this nigga was like sexually harassing her and sexually assaulting her. That ain't funny. Rick Ross is sorry, I keep calling him Rick Ross. Sorry. My bad, Rick Ross. Ric Flair is a fucking pervert. Simple, point blank period. He's a fucking pervert.
And then move on.
There was an agreement that was reached, and you know, they offered us a settlement. My husband just didn't want the story told to the public, maybe just to protect our daughter, or us.
That's a garbage husband.
So he was very, very supportive of the settlement. It's sad that money has to be that compensation. Like, I think definitely truth and honesty and change is more powerful, but money is what ends up on the table, I think, and then it also buys you silence. Which,
if she wanted to not have a story out there and just go on with her life, I would respect it. But I just think, as the husband, my nigga, your job is to make sure that your wife is protected. And boom, you wasn't there. She was working. You can't do nothing. But why the fuck are you silencing her to the point so all these years later she still don't feel like she was protected? You lame as fuck. Garbage. I don't know if you feel ashamed because your wife did that. Nigga, it didn't happen to you. What are you doing? Niggas is weird.
then can add to another layer of the guilt of a victim. Like it can be a cycle that's not good. Yeah, perpetually bad.
If that's how she felt, maybe she should have not taken a payout and went to the fullest extent of the law to then truly put this heinous person in jail. My opinion.
People have their own opinions of what happened,
Tommy, you lame
what
as
the
fuck.
damage was, though no one should really have a bad opinion when it didn't happen to them, but they do. They say, you know, well, it wasn't that bad, you're okay, aren't you? And now you have to live with a pain or a memory of something that you didn't bring about, and that takes some work.
Now, what I do want to know, though, what happened to the other ladies, too? Did the other ladies settle as well? Something like that. That's what I want to know, because both of them said that they experienced that. I don't agree with Tommy's statement as saying, like, yo, if that's how you feel, you shouldn't have took the payout, things like that. Bro, like, nigga, a statement like that is a statement from somebody that don't understand how shit in this country work. Like, on paper that sound good. That's not how this fucking country works, bro. Especially when they working with a company as big as the WWE that's locked in and tied in so many ways. She literally could have went to court and literally nothing could have literally happened. That's not how this fucking and like I seen niggas in chat. Nah, real shit. That's not how this fucking country works. When we just seen, for an example, the Epstein list came out and it's niggas walking around free, not getting no time. When this niggas gonna realize where the fuck we living at? Like, it's not as country work, gang. Y'all niggas is nuts.
After the exhausting European tour, wrestlers and management report for a live taping of Monday Night Raw a mere 24 hours after the plane touchdown in Connecticut.
We had TV that day, on Monday. Of course, the talents. AJR. What? Did you see what they did to Hayes' ponytail? No, what?
What the fuck did they do to that?
Ponytail was put into a sandwich bag, taped to the locker room door at Raw Monday.
Bitch ass niggas.
And I took it down, threw it away.
Exposure of these scandalous events would mark a turning point for the WWF, propelling it to rein in the public antics of its performers. In a symbolic twist of fate, the aftermath of the infamous plane ride from hell coincided on the same day the company was legally forced to rebrand its identity.
Young talents coming in the business after that era, I heard all the stories, saw the remnants, saw guys that had made millions of dollars not have two quarters rubbed together. And I think they learned from their predecessors.
Shout out my dog John.
Nice job.
It's a different culture. It's a different era. I think that's the upshot, and maybe good news, that incidents like the plane ride from hell smarten some of these younger kids up. I want to be in the wrestling business. I've always idolized this guy, but I do know I'm not going to pattern some of my career after this guy. But you make good choices that way.
I think that there's definitely a sense of that cliche, never meet your heroes. The the people who have watched for generations and got them through their lives, I don't think that they all need to see Ric Flair doing the helicopter with his penis. Like, I don't really think it's good for everybody to know this about their heroes, you know? Some of these guys are freaks.
Fucking freaks.
I feel this is trying to portray someone as this sexual predator, and it's not. It's a joke, it's a gag. And today,
say, gang, you like looking at niggas' dick swinging. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm the kind of person, I mind my motherfucking business. But some people don't want to see that. It ain't a joke to everybody. If a motherfucker come in this bitch swinging something, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You ain't nothing gonna be moving in the wall. I'm gonna get you up out of here. Fuck funny about a nigga walking in the room swinging some dick. Hey, nigga, I don't laugh about no shit like that, Tommy. You weird as fuck.
1,000% inappropriate.
What is this? That nigga is tripping. Tommy Dreamer. I ain't gonna lie, I know a little something about you, nigga. that nigga sick. I don't know what bro got going on. He told me, he got a hammer on him. Nigga, you sick, boy, you wildin'. Be yourself, like. The only reason why I want to call this nigga sick, because he's sitting there trying to fake it, like, nah, I mean, I don't want to see it, but I thought it was funny, and if anybody offended, it's not really that bad. No, nigga, you're sick. It is that bad. He walking around showing his dick to people that don't want to see it.
Appropriate. My hairstyle is inappropriate right now. I am somehow, and it's not. It's a joke, it's a gag. And today, 1,000% inappropriate. My hairstyle is inappropriate right now. I am somehow offending someone right now with my double ponytail. How dare I have?
I hate people like this. But the problem is we gotta live on this fucking planet with people like this. You just made a horrible example. You're acting like people are being, they like to call motherfuckers snowflakes. They're not being snowflakes. And if somebody would have did that to your daughter, then you want the world to burn. But because that wasn't your child, that wasn't your kin, that wasn't your blood, you don't see the issue with that. See, the problem is, they don't gotta be your blood to see. That was fucking weird as fuck. For a nigga to go around and be pulling his dick out around a woman that didn't want it.
Today, 1,000% inappropriate. My hairstyle is inappropriate right now. I am somehow offending someone right now with my double ponytail. How dare I have two ponytails? And my answer is, I'm 50 years old. I'm happy I have hair. But if you're asking me, I've hung out with Ric Flair. I've never seen him try to force his will against anybody.
He trying to fuck Ric Flair so bad.
To rape me. But what he did was wrong. It was wrong, and he goes to sleep that night and thinks he made it back from his wrestling trip in Europe, and maybe he has a headache because he had too many cocktails on the airplane. And yet, that night I didn't go to sleep. My trip to work, my trip to get money to support my daughter, becomes a memory that is mine forever to live with. Like, I get to live with the fact that I had to see a naked man and get my face licked by a man that I was there to make sure he got from point A to point B safe. And they went to sleep and thought they made it home safe and sound, and so goes on the world, you know? I was uncomfortable coming to talk about this, because you see some stories get told and then people get ridiculed, or they're everything picked apart as what they did wrong when they're just telling the story. But if one person that listens to this says, oh my gosh, I might have acted like that towards somebody and I didn't even realize I did it. Or if one person hears that they had something happen to them that they didn't like and they didn't feel they could speak about it because they'd get in trouble, or they were made to feel that they created the situation and might have made it happen. Like, if it could change it for one person, I'd sit and have this conversation 25 times again. The truth can be scary and the truth can be ugly and messy, but at the end of the day, the truth is the thing that makes us better. You know?
Yo, that was a great video. I'm not gonna lie, the dark side of wrestling. I don't know why it took me so long to watch these, but these are fucking. These are great.
She wanna stay with me. Top for a penthouse up on the balcony, acting afraid to leave. A Hellcat driver, Mr. One Nighter.